So we wanted to start with thanking everyone for being here and the judges. And I'd like to start with the question for the audience. Could someone tell me one drink you could never live without for the rest of your life?
Water.
Thank you all. Bingo. That's correct. Well, what if I told you now that actually over 50% of people are living without enough water, and it has vast effects on their life? So I am Ethan Durman. This is Ben Wahlberg, Blake Shoemate, and we have a fourth teammate who unfortunately couldn't make it today, Jace Krapitsky. And alongside our mentor, Beth Perlman, we started Smart Hydration, which is a water bottle alongside an app that works to optimize the amount of water individuals should be drinking daily based off of their height, their weight, and other factors. Now, if you were to look up right now how much water should a teenager or person be drinking per day, online would say 2 to 3 quarts, which isn't even how water is measured in the United States and in most places. And on top of that, a 5 foot tall freshman female should not be drinking the same amount of water as, let's say, a 6'4" athlete who's looking to play collegiate sports. And our app addresses this issue by optimizing how much each person should drink based off of their BMI, body mass index, which takes into account your height, your weight, your gender, your age, amongst other things. And we also did a little bit of recon on our own, and I asked one of my friends who's looking to play Division I sports in college. I asked one of my friends who is just a varsity athlete, and I asked one of my friends who just doesn't play sports at all, are you dehydrated, and how much water do you drink every day? And they all said the same thing to me. They said, I don't know, Ethan. I don't know how much I'm drinking every day. And for them, it was, sorry. And that is what we are looking to stop by making hydration more fun and giving them access to a product that does this. So in order to implement this plan, we're gonna follow 3 steps. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna educate these students and these athletes. I go to Gilman, Ben goes to Beth DeFilla, Blake goes to Boys Latin, and Jace goes to McDonough. So we have great ties in our local community across the schools. So what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to captains and coaches that we know in the area to spread the word to a lot of people while being efficient with who we reach out to and have them spread the importance to their players and friends of being hydrated. And then the next thing we're going to do is give them actual access to our product, which is, as I said earlier, a water bottle that works alongside an app that Ben will give you a demonstration of later, so they can keep track of how much they're drinking every day. And the last thing we look to do is just making hydration fun, which is why we made a gamified model of this, because a lot of the reason that teenagers don't drink water, which I learned from my interviews, is because they just forget about it, or they think, I don't have a reason to drink water. So what we did is we made an app that gives notifications, and it allows you to be in a league with your friends, so you can check how much water they're drinking every day, and it's an accountability measure in a sense. So now I'm going to pass it off to Ben, who's going to talk about the financial side of things and how we plan to make money.
So you're all probably wondering, how are we going to make money? Well, at Smart Hydration, we have 2 main revenue streams. The first is the hardware sales of our water bottles. The water bottles we sell for $25, and they cost $3.20 to make. These bottles have a little NFC tag that tracks how much you drink and sends it directly to your phone. Now, Blake is going to talk about our second revenue stream.
Okay, so this is our subscription model. This is our passive income revenue stream. So if you look at the bottom there, the freemium model, so that's our base model. That is a basic tracking where our user will have access to the app as well as the water bottle. So they will have AI coaching with the app. And then one step above that is the athlete premium plan, which is $5 a month. That, as Ethan mentioned, the gamified plan, that addresses where our user has access to be in a league with friends, classmates, teammates, whatever it may be. And they can basically just compete with each other, have fun while staying hydrated. And then our most premium plan, that's our coach's plan. And that starts at $20 a month. And that allows a supervisor as our coach to keep track of their players. It could be employees, whatever it may be. But that allows organization to be a part of the app. And on top of that, you might think it's pricey, but no. On top of that, we have a electrolyte package deal along with that for that month. So the electrolytes will come in every month, applying our user with necessary electrolytes to boost their intake and nutrients for the day. And I'll allow Ben to talk about that more later.
So here's a demonstration of our app, which actually launched on the Microsoft App Store about 93 days ago. So here is your dashboard. Every athlete or person using the app, it shows how much water they drank today out of their goal. And if they can add water and the water bottle tracks how much they drink, sends it directly to it with their weekly progress, and you get points for having a perfect day, and it shows your daily target. Also on the app, there's a log. And on the log, it shows what time you drank, what amount of water, and keeps track of your history. There's also your profile, which tells you how much to drink based on your height, your weight, your BMI, as Ethan was saying earlier, what activity you do, how often you do it. And it also encourages you to drink by sending you a reminder on your phone. You can set it to whatever time you need. I did every 2 hours. It sends me a reminder to drink. So one of the things that means a lot to us at Smart Hydration is our connection to Israel. So we have partnered with Israeli water and hydration drinks and supplements to have in our subscription package, as Blake was talking about earlier.
And finally, you may be wondering why would you choose to work alongside our company, because there are other companies out there that offer water bottles that personalize tracking how much each individual should drink. And to that, I would say we have two main edges above them. The first is the gamified model that we discussed earlier that allows you to kind of have that sense of accountability for other people, making sure you're drinking enough and not just yourself, because it is something that could easily slip. It's not really an active, conscious decision you're making to drink water, but it's kind of just like you do throughout the day and you're not watching it as much. So this allows other people to also keep track of that. And then as Ben had just spoken about, we're the only company to offer an electrolyte package deal on top of this water bottle that it connects an app to the water bottle. None of our competitors do that. And we would like to thank you all for listening and taking the time to hear our company out.
That was a great job, guys. Can you elaborate a little bit when you said the connection to Israel and the Israeli water?
Yeah, of course. So that connection to Israel that we really want to build a good connection is by supporting Israel and supporting Israeli companies. Like there's this Israeli electrolyte company called Ready, and we have reached out to them to try to make a partnership with them so we could sell their electrolyte packets.